What's up, guys? My name is Cyan. Today I want to revisit once again an issue that I've talked about several times. I want to talk about the hitboxes and Paladins. That's what we're going to talk about today. I hope you're on board. So this is something that I've talked about in the past fairly extensively. We talked about some of the issues that were in Paladins on whole, hitboxes being one of those issues, and then I kind of revisited that video again. And on my video, or on my channel, you can find a video of a brief overview of all of the hitboxes for all Overwatch characters, actually, which is tangentially related to the hitboxes of Paladins. For just a little bit of context, I think Paladins is a cool game. I think it's really different from Overwatch. I like both a lot, and I think that Paladins is problematic in some regards. Like in this regard, it's very problematic, but I think it has potential. I know it's in beta, so this is an issue that I find important, and it's an issue worth talking about because they can change it. It's still in beta. We can change things in beta, right? And I would like them to change it. I'd like to encourage them to change it. So this is why we're going to talk about this. On May 4th, during an esports broadcast on the official Paladins Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Paladins game, there was an incident between a Cassie player and a Drogoz player. And I kind of debated whether or not I wanted to even like bring up the names of the teams of the players or anything like that, because I don't want this to sound like I'm trying to knock any players. I don't want this to sound like I'm trying to blame the players for this. This isn't in the players' control. It's really not. This is about the game itself, right? So I won't talk about the player names. Actually, I won't talk about the orgs. We just decided that just now. You heard it here first. Okay. So all these players are incredible. They're all way better than I am by an epic proportion, of course. I'm not trying to shit-talk their skill at all. But during this game in question, the Cassie player was juking and rolling and doing crazy DPS things, right? And killing fools all over the place. And the Drogoz player was getting low, jumped up into the air to get away, and the Cassie player fired a shot and killed the Drogoz player. And that got Twitch clipped and shared around, and at the time of recording it has approximately 2,600 views, 2,653 views, 2,653 views, to say it in a not weird way. So this is good, right? You want good plays to be shared. You want your big esports moments to be shared around as much as possible. It helps you grow your game. It helps you grow your scene. It helps bring attention to the players, right? All these things are really nice. And we can play the clip right now, and maybe you guys will see the potential problem that is in this clip.
And Comiker shut down in his ultimate, has not gotten a really good curse arm off yet. Drative's trying to get things going for his team. He's able to find the King Bomb on top of NTBs, who does fall. And now you can see the aggression trying to follow up with Slashwine and Simsler, just too mobile. But able to clean up one. But what a shot from Slashwine, looking for more as they continue to dodge roll all over the point. Finding another one, looking for possibly the kill on Comiker. He will get it. Slashwine going crazy and converting for his team. And the
so maybe you caught that, maybe you didn't. We'll play it a couple more times in just a second. But if you're like me, you watched that clip and you thought to yourself, wait a minute, did the crosshairs ever actually center on Drogoz? Because it doesn't really look like they do, right? So the Drogoz player leaps up to fly away. The Cassie player is trying to get the shot, does the roll, shoots, and then kills the Drogoz player, even though the crosshair never really seems to cross over the character model. This is really what I'm talking about with Paladins. Right now on your screen, I'll pull up, this is some of the training sequence, training room. I went into the training room with Cassie and I tested some hitbox stuff just to kind of demonstrate once again. I've done this more than once. Cassie's bow is very much like a projectile but perfect aim weapon. So she shoots where you point her. The hitboxes being so much larger than the character models will cause problems for your esports team. When people look at this clip, some of them will say, oh my god, what an amazing play. But some of them will also like rewatch it and put a little thought into it. And some of them might catch on their first watch even like, wait a second, that wasn't even close. That shot just wasn't close. Why did that character die? Why did that player just get the kill? That's weird. That's really weird. And you have to realize that you're competing with other games, right? A day after this clip was made, a day after this happened, On May 5th, Overwatch Apex had a crazy, crazy sniper play. And we could play that for you now.
Now is.
Oh. Finds that Tracer. Pop up onto the high ground. Player on the left side already gets the headshot onto Nico and soon has fallen as well. Nox able to answer one onto Thorncut, but all 3 DPS now supports falling on the side of Mighty AOD and Karim.
There's a really big juxtaposition here. I'm not saying that the Paladins pros aren't skilled, but I am saying that your game doesn't look as good as it should when these are the clips that are being shown for your game. When the Cassie Drogo's clips are being shown, and it's like, wait, was that even on the character? How did that character die? Is the hitbox that big? You know? And it's frustrating. To play the game, if you play the game a lot, you'll notice, you know, sometimes you'll die really suspiciously. I know that when I'm playing, and when I'm playing like a DPS character or a hit scan character or, you know, anything like that, and I'm peeking and I'm shooting people who are peeking, I know that I get kills that I shouldn't be getting. That's a problem, you know. I know that I'm shooting people in areas where their character model is not, but their hitbox extends further than. And I don't think that's good for a competitive game, and I've talked about this extensively. So I just wanted to raise this to the community. Previously, the last time that I did, it wasn't very well received, and I respect that. A lot of people have their own reasons that I just don't agree with for why the hitboxes should be big like this. But I just want to say, when these Twitch clip moments are being presented as really hype esports moments for your video game, for Paladins, and you're competing with what Overwatch is bringing to the table with things like that Apex moment, it might reflect very poorly to the esports and to the video game scene on whole. Paladins might come out a very stark loser. I know the devs have talked about this in the past, and it's a design choice for the hitboxes to be bigger, but I would really encourage them to rethink all of that, to rethink that line of thinking, to rethink that logic, because I don't think it'll be very beneficial in the long run. If you like this content, guys, consider following me on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. I've been trying to dole out a little bit of Paladins content for that like 30% who's always voting for Paladins streams on my Twitter polls. I appreciate you. I really do. And I would like to do some work with this game. Hopefully it'll grow to a point where it'll be a nice, big, healthy esports scene. It'll be the Dota 2 to Overwatch's League of Legends, you know what I mean? I think that the hero shooter genre is really cool. I think it's got huge potential, and I think that Paladins is solidly number 2 after Overwatch, if everything just rises. So hopefully you could hear what I have to say. Hopefully it made sense. Hopefully you didn't just immediately dismiss it. If you have anything that you would like to say, any comments that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section below. You can check me out on all the social media and on Patreon if you want to support me and all that stuff. And I'm just going to get out here. Thanks for watching so much. Tune in next time for more esports goodness.